blessed to be a part of Midwest Christian Boys Football Camp. Years ago, Brother Woodward and I sat down in his office and began to share with him a burden I have. I had 3 boys that were just young at that time, and had a burden for young men, especially that are homeschool and Christian school young men, and just felt the burden to get them involved in a full contact sport where there can be things taught concerning life and leadership that are so vitally important and oftentimes aren't addressed in other sports. And so I shared with him a concept, an idea about a football camp, and he was very excited about it. And both of us, having played some football, we understood how that it could have an impact. And so we began to put some plans together. Brother Woodward is such a good organizer, and he said, we can do this year. And so we began to make some plans and contact some people and try to see if we could borrow some equipment. And by the grace of God, it was birthed that year. And we started out, I believe it was 24 or 26 boys that first year. And from then, God has just blessed it and has continued to grow. And we have seen multitude of decisions. And our burden wasn't for boys just to play football. We're not interested in making great athletes. This is not a place where they come to showcase their talents. This is a place where we pray that God would produce a humble spirit and yet an internal grit that would cause them to leave here with a desire to take a stand for Christ.
We got a nation that's going to hell right now. We got a nation that we're about to lose right now. And we got young men that are wanting to do everything with their life except draw a sword.
Come on.
Do you love God? Listen to me, I don't care how well you can play football. I don't care how well you can sing special. I don't care how well you can preach a sermon. I want to know, do you love God?
Dave Bragg, I'm an assistant pastor in Maranatha Baptist Church in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. And I came to football camp as a 13, 14-year-old boy. Got to play, got to be under some great coaches, but great preachers. I enjoyed being under Brother Beller, Brother Noonan, Brother Grimaldi, who was my coach for most of the time, and loved to play, but more importantly, I loved the preaching. Those coaches that I mentioned preached. I remember a lot of their messages. I remember not just messages in church, but messages on the ball field. And I don't know that Brother Noonan or Brother Grimaldi will ever remember the times where they took us aside from practicing and again began to preach. And some of the decisions and messages that I remember the most were the preaching messages the preaching on the field instead of the chapel. And they'll never know what they did for me in my life in preaching on the field and giving us life applications from football. Just incredible. It changed my life. Football has changed my life. And now I get to coach. That's the greatest honor I can imagine.
Football camp is a great opportunity for your son to be around some great men of God. We've got some of the best coaches here. Brother Woodward, Brother Booth have brought them in from around the country. Some of these coaches are evangelists, some are missionaries and pastors. Just a great group of guys. And you know, the interesting thing about these coaches is they all have different personalities. And here in the next couple of minutes or so, you're going to have the privilege of going right in to the huddle, right onto the field, and you're going to meet some of these wonderful personalities, and I'm sure that you're going to get a blessing. Hey, you just got to look over Daryl Murphy. And Dr. Murphy is kind of known as our schizophrenic type of a coach, and if we could listen in, we'll get an idea of what I'm talking about.
I just, things like this happen. We're going to get down. We're going to have a hard time. But, if you ever allow somebody to get a touchdown, I'm going to knock you out, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill you, and I'll do it to everybody out there.
You see what I mean? We've got some of the greatest personalities out here.
So,
football
let's
camp.
love one another.
Send your boys. You don't want them to miss this.
But remember this, you'll never see your mothers again.
To Coach Reed. Coach Reed, one of the finest minds in football here at camp.
Fellas, what I want you to understand might not seem to shed light on the defensive quandary that we face, but if our defense moves, the more our defense will matter, and the more energy we will create on the opposing quarterback.
Awesome. Hey, guys, right in here, man. Come on. On 3, go Big Red. 1, 2, 3.
Go Big Red.
Guys. You imagine what they're exposed to is amazing. Hey, but we're not through. We've got some more coaches to introduce you to. Then the even-tempered John Booth. What a wonderful example. You'll see it just a moment as Red begins to run through a play.
What in the world is wrong with you? Good night! Did you do anything right? Get up! You stinking no good for nothing, lazy pieces of junk! Get your head in the game! Good grief! What are you looking at, you stinking liberal media?
See, it's just like I said, we've got some of the most spirited coaches, big influence, and that coach is Coach Sean Maroney, and you'll enjoy how he motivates his players.
Koski, when I was your size, I couldn't even play the line. But you know what? I kept coming to camp. I kept coming and coming, and you know what? The camp food is outstanding. I ate all the camp food, and you know what? Now I'm the whole line.
Yeah.
2010.
Be there!